Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Limit Breakdown, where we review everything in TV shows, movies, and entertainment. I'm your host, Sid.
I'm Migs.
And today we're going to be doing our part 2 of our special of Barbenheimer. Barbenheimer, obviously, for Barbie and Oppenheimer being released on the same day on July 21st. And today's review is going to be on Barbie, featuring Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling. So, our too long didn't watch review of the movie. Migs?
This movie was surprisingly thought-provoking. It had great set design and great attention to detail with the references as it came to do with the Barbies and the different versions and the world. I thought that Ryan Gosling's comedic performance was a standout, as well as Margot Robbie's performance as a whole were standouts.
I agree. However, we did feel that the Mattel board was completely pointless to the actual story of the movie, as well as the mother-daughter story didn't really seem important once they went to Barbie Land. So because of these reasons, we gave it 4 hearts. If you want our deep dive, spoiler-filled review of Barbie, stick around after our intro.
Welcome back to the Limit Breakdown, and today we are going to be doing part 2 of our Barbenheimer special. We are going to be reviewing Barbie. So Sid, are you ready to beach off?
I'm ready to I'll beat you off.
No, not if I beat you off first.
I'll beat both of you off. Oh man, this movie, I will tell you, I'm just going to start. I don't even care. I had high expectations of the movie. This is going to sound really bad. Full disclosure. When I was young, I 100% played with Barbies. So, in India, there's no return policy. There's a deeper story, but I'm not going to get there today. But anyways, I had a Barbie for some reason, and I played with a Barbie.
This explains a lot.
Doesn't matter. So I was actually very excited to see this movie regardless. And I love Margot Robbie, as well as Ryan Gosling, and even Simu Liu, who famously was in Shang-Chi in the Marvel series, and he's been in a show called Kim's Convenience, which was one of my favorite series. So I was very excited to see all of them on screen, and this movie was fantastic. It was lighthearted, funny, serious, had a thought-provoking moment, everything.
Honestly, when I was looking at this double feature, right, this weird cultural event that sort of kind of happened, this Barbenheimer thing. When looking at these two movies, Barbie and Oppenheimer, and me looking at just at the surface and thinking which one of these movies is gonna leave me with a long-term, thought-provoking feeling after I walk. I didn't think it was going to be Barbie more than Oppenheimer.
Yeah, I thought this was going to be more
of. But it really
was.
was.
I thought this was going to be Oppenheimer was going to be like serious and sad and everything, and Barbie was going to be like a straight Disney turn your brain off, enjoy filler flick, you know?
Yeah, and no, but that was kind of the point. Like even Barbie kind of thought that's kind of what it was, and then in the middle of them dancing and. Have you guys ever thought about death?
Oh man, yeah, I was not expecting that.
Dude, the placement and the whole her foot going flat thing, and then when they go to talk to the weird Barbie that's been played with too much.
Oh my god, Kate McKinnon, I believe, is the character who is famously from SNL as well. So I actually want to talk about the opening sequence of Barbie, right? Which I thought was on point. So obviously opening sequence Barbies, they live in Barbie world, everything is perfect. She wakes up, hi Barbie, hi Barbie, hi Barbie, hi Barbie. She magically gets to her car, everything is done for her.
Which makes sense too, because like dolls, none of the houses in doll houses ever have stairs or anything, because they usually just go from the top floor down to the bottom. So like that made sense.
I thought that was hilarious. And then, they just have a great day every day and this girls' night every night. And I'm like, that's that scene, how they did everything was absolutely beautiful. And
you know what?
Gosling's
It was interesting to me because right off the bat, you can sort of see, I guess, the imbalance, right? And how Ken was very much an afterthought.
Yeah.
And like how his entire purpose was basically to be seen by Barbie. And very much like the Ken doll in the from the actual, his role in the actual, toy line is to be basically an accessory.
Yeah, it's Barbie and Ken.
Yeah.
It's not just Ken.
So like
I did not own a Ken doll.
I thought it was great what they did with him. And then like towards the end too, like I really so I'm going to sidestep a little bit. The shirts that we're wearing are made by our friend Sharita, who has a company called Nemus Trove. Check her out on Etsy. She makes fantastic stuff. I was going to ask her to make me a I Am Knuff shirt.
Oh, man. That would have been good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I am Knuff.
That was hilarious. But yes, if you guys want custom apparels of any type, anything you want, Sharita Valencia at Nimue Trove. Check her out. Description below. I would wear that shirt.
Yeah, no, but yeah. So I thought very early on in the beginning of the movie, I could see kind of where they were going with the story as far as how things were kind of shaping up. How even the scene where Ken was kind of like, hey, I thought we could hang out, and she's like, but it's girls' night. He's like, yeah, but every night's girls' night.
The funniest scene to me when he's like, and she's like,
what he did?
Well, I thought I'd stay over and do what? I haven't done the innuendos in this movie. So, disclaimer. Now, when I went, everybody was wearing some sort of pink. Yeah. I had pink socks on. That's the only thing I could find. I have a shirt in the car, but I can't wear it on YouTube because it has graphic words on it. It says, bleep, I am bleeping magical, and has a unicorn. Anyways, I was going to wear that. Unfortunately, I did. But there were children all in the movie, right? Very excited because it's Barbie. The innuendos in this movie, I was looking at Linda the whole time like,
yeah,
did they just say that?
I don't think they did a good job with marketing as far as making it known that this was not a children's movie.
Yeah, I want to actually know from somebody that brought their like little daughter to watch this movie and see what the child thought or the parent thought, because
I don't know. It's interesting. Like as a parent myself, I think it would be okay so long as you're willing to possibly have a couple of uncomfortable conversations. But
well, imagine if that is just happened like the Mario movie.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but I think that this people, when they initially thought Barbie, they thought that this was going to be, because I kind of thought that myself.
Give me a straight chick flick.
That it was going to be a very G-rated experience, and then
yeah. So story wise, obviously Barbie lives in this magical world called Barbie Land, and then there's actually a real world. Obviously Barbie's life is perfect until something happens, and she starts malfunctioning. Her toes go from here to flat. Her makeup starts coming off.
Yeah, I thought that was one of the more interesting things, because this could have also been like an episode of like the Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
Because it was very much played for that, and how like apparently Barbie Land is just like an alternate dimension.
Yeah. And Barbie goes to the real world to find the girl who needs help, isn't happy. Now in the flashback that Barbie saw, because they're like, you're gonna know who it is. I had a feeling it's not gonna be the girl, it's gonna be the mom. It turned out to be the mom that was unhappy.
America
Ferrera.
Yeah.
I thought America Ferrera did a good job.
Yes.
I like her as an actress. She's done. Oh my God, I'm losing my mind.
Ugly Betty.
Is she Ugly Betty?
Yes.
Okay, Ugly Betty. No, that's not what I'm thinking her from.
Oh.
I'll think.
That's what I know her from, is Ugly Betty.
Anyways, Sisterhood of Traveling Pants.
Oh.
Okay. Anyways,
you would.
Anyway, so I thought she did a really good job. The whole dynamic. So obviously she's a little unhappy because of her relationship with her daughter.
Yeah.
Who her daughter seems like her daughter is I guess more
angsty teenager.
And when Barbie approaches her, being all I'm Barbie type thing, shuts her down. Now, granted, what she says is accurate. Barbie has in real life put on a unrealistic view for girls or how they're supposed to look to a certain degree, and because that, what she says is true, but pushes her down. And obviously, now the movie dynamic is okay. Well, the mom and the daughter have to reconnect somehow with Barbie's help, and the daughter connecting with Barbie.
So taking the immediate plot aside, one of the things that I think this movie did really well is illustrating concepts, right? And right there showing the difference between the concept of the idea of what Barbie was supposed to be and what she ultimately became.
Yeah.
Right? And so like when you think about it with the origins of Barbie, like in the, early 50s and 60s, which was around the time when Barbie first started coming out, like, women didn't have a myriad of different jobs. So the fact that she was a, doctor, an astronaut, a secretary, president, like all these different jobs, like was, revolutionary to a certain degree. But, obviously, like in Barbie Land, they thought, oh yeah, we solved feminism. I mean, we created feminism. We solved, all discrimination against women in the workplace and all this and that. And then, you get the flip side of, oh, well, they're represented in this unrealistic portrayal of how and what a person, particularly a woman, is supposed to be like.
And it turns out men rule the world.
Oh yeah, that was
another thing that was when Barbie finally gets to the board, she's like, who are the women in charge? All men are in charge. So in the entire Barbie industry, all the men are in charge. There's not a single female. So great portrayal on that end.
Yeah.
So obviously the Sasha, the girl, America Ferrero, the mom, I think her name was Gloria in the movie, and Barbie go back to Barbie World to see things. And at this point, Ken is like man's world, taking over Barbie Land to become the Kendom. What was it? Casa House or
what was it?
Oh my god.
It was my Mojo Dojo Baja
Casa House.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
it's like hilarious. You don't have to say
Casa. To show that this is now a man's world, kind of flipping the narrative on what everything is. And so that was actually pretty fun. Now, from that point on, the little girl did not matter.
Yeah.
Had she not gone to Barbie Land, nothing would have changed.
Yeah.
She had nothing to do. I found that plot dumb. Sorry, that made no sense. I thought it was going to be about reconnecting and family. Nah, just throw it out the window. So,
I think ultimately the story was more about the bigger idea behind what was going on, and obviously, again, we talked about this briefly. I thought there were certain parts of it that got a little bit preachy, but I understand that I wasn't the target demographic. But I mean, I do understand. I thought America Ferrera had a fantastic monologue in which she talks about the expectations that are put on women as far as what they're expected to be and how they're expected to are and how they're expected to behave and act and think and how there's always a caveat. You can't be too emotional. You can't be not emotional enough. You can't be too caring. You can't be too needy. Like all of these different things. And I thought one of the key lines in there where, she's talking to Margot Robbie where she's like, you are just representing the idea of a woman and you don't feel like you're enough. How is any woman supposed to be
doing? Yeah, that monologue was fantastic. I loved it. I ate it up. It was awesome.
And a directorial note too that I thought was fantastic. When Margot Robbie says, I don't feel that I'm stereotypically Barbie beautiful. And then there's a director's note that says, note for the director casting Margot Robbie to say this line is
because what's funny is, I don't know if you caught this. So what's funny is as the movie's progressing, her makeup starts coming off.
Yeah.
She's wearing less and less and less and less makeup. So at that scene, Margot Robbie is actually not barely any makeup at all.
Mm-hmm.
So if her eyes aren't popping, she doesn't have lipstick. I don't even think she had foundation on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they did much of the makeup, and that's why they said that, because she's like, I don't feel beautiful, and they're like,
Margot Robbie's
she's still attractive with no makeup.
Yeah.
On. Which that was fantastic. Kate McKinnon, I thought, did a great job as was it Weird Barbie?
Yeah,
Weird Barbie. I love her in SNL. She's hilarious.
all the deep cuts in Weird Barbie's house. The Skipper grow up Barbie that they had. I looked some of this stuff up. Like, there was an actual doll where, like, when you moved her arms to simulate her growing up, her breasts got big.
Yeah.
Like, what the?
The sugar daddy.
Yeah,
this is
daddy.
sugar, and I'm a daddy. I'm like,
the cock ring Ken too.
Oh man, yeah, that one took me a second. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah,
that was the innuendo. The reference in that movie were great. Another great reference I should have mentioned was when they go back to Barbie Land, and Ken is taken over, and he's throwing Barbie's clothes out the window or wall or house,
second floor. Yeah.
And they fly in the air, and they stop for a second to show what the clothing was and what it matched. It was like, oh, disco Barbie from this. Oh, like a tutu Barbie. I thought that was great marketing.
Yeah,
I kind of want to go and buy a Barbie now.
Look. Side note, side note from that, I thought the second half of Ryan Gosling as Ken was just absolutely hilarious.
Oh yeah,
him in that big fur coat,
the mink coat.
Oh dude, it was just so hilarious.
With the spray paint abs.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think Ryan Gosling's comedic chops are vastly underestimated.
Yeah. I was not expecting that at all from him.
He was hilarious. I mean, the way he played it, he played just such a lovable goof, and then at the same time just such a douche.
Yeah.
And then definitely. Of course all the Kens battling it out was great.
Actually, that ending scene, the dance scene with Ryan Gosling and Simu Liu, they're doing the single ladies dance, ish, from Beyonce. I love it. I was thinking of Grease at that moment, because there was a moment of Grease earlier in the movie, so he's like, loved it.
I think the number 3 Ken, I forget his name, but one of the Kens that's featured is actually going to be the new Doctor Who in the upcoming season of Doctor Who.
Interesting.
So, I'll put up his picture up here.
Nice.
But,
okay.
But I thought that was cool. I didn't even know he was in the movie. So that was pretty cool.
Michael Cera as Alan.
Oh God, yes.
He's like, I just want to leave here. I don't want to be here. I don't want to give another foot massage. Oh man. Old Alan, just forgotten line.
Yeah. Yeah. All the Barbies getting brainwashed, and but getting closer to the point, like the fact that they could have very easily just made a brain dead movie about, they could have made like a Toy Story thing. They could have made, your typical generic toy movie comes to life, but they actually took the time to tell a story, which at the heart of this, I think the story, obviously it's feminine centric, and it's meant to illustrate the struggle that women go through, but I think it's also much more a human story, where it's like, we all have these unrealistic expectations of what we think society expects us to be, and the concept of an idea versus reality. And also the power of an idea as well.
I agree with you. Overall, this movie was fantastic, and I was not expecting it to be that thought-provoking. The monologue, as we mentioned earlier, that America Ferrera had was fantastic. And what, like we had mentioned, what Barbie was meant to be versus what it became, versus what women want to be versus what they are, twisted and Unfortunately, it is what it is, right? I hate saying that phrase, but I think this movie definitely hit harder than I thought.
Yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. I'm gonna agree with you. I went in expecting a fun movie and end up walking out having watched a really good movie.
Yeah,
a really good movie. So definitely, if you get a chance to go check it out, I would not, however, recommend you take your children under the age of 7.
12?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. But my final thoughts on this movie is going to be the last line of the movie. I'm here to see my gynecologist.
But you don't.
I just thought it was a funny scene.
No, that was great. We also, just like the Barbie movie, we also forgot to talk about the board of directors, who were basically pointless and had no. They were so cartoonish. Like, I don't
Oh my God, I'm an idiot. So this movie, there's Barbie Land, there's a real world, right? Any other movie to remind you of that? The Lego Movie.
Oh, yeah.
And you know who's also in the Lego Movie?
Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell.
Yeah, that's true.
It was more or less, not more, similar concept, right? That they go over the real world to the
well, maybe this is
the toy world.
Maybe this is the start of the new MCU, the Mattel Cinematic Universe. Maybe G.I. Joe is part of this too.
Oh my God, that'd be hilarious.
G.I.
Joe exists in the real world. So the board of directors with Will Ferrell as the CEO, trying to catch Barbie and make sure it doesn't get ruined. Go back to Barbie Land and do absolutely nothing except come at the end and go like, "Oh yeah, no."
I loved how they were not at all concerned about Ken being loose.
Yeah, they're like, we don't care. We don't care about him. The whole thing when they wanted her to go back in the box, they didn't explain why. Like, how does that matter? Does it like reset her and go back? No,
I don't know.
It didn't explain it. So that part of the movie, I will say, lacked.
Yeah.
The actual plot of the movie, definitely. Well, subplot. I take that.
The ideas behind the movie were more entertaining than the actual plot.
Plot of the movie. Okay.
But yeah, that kind of wraps it up for us. We appreciate all of your input on there. Please don't hesitate to interact, leave a comment, like, subscribe, do all the things. We appreciate you guys tuning in as always. Stay tuned for the channel for more content, and we will catch you next time.